What will it take for it to stop mass shootings in America? Probably the most true answer, but also the most unlikely. Maybe over another century, but definitely not immediate enough to prevent more death. That, sadly, will be a generational transition. Can't happen overnight. Also, sadly, our nation lives in 4-year political cycles, void of any national unity or foresight. And the generations that have been most impacted by school violence aren't able to get a good foothold in national politics. Reasons for that can be debated elsewhere. Gen X and millennials have been watching kids our age get shot since Columbine. Gen Z is living through it firsthand more and more. And yet Congress continues to be dominated by our parents and grandparents who have proven over and over again that they think thoughts and prayers will make everything better. People want things to be better, they're just unwilling to sacrifice anything personally to deal with it. California, for instance, considered one of the most liberal states in the country, tried setting up government housing to address homelessness. But the second people realized those homeless people would now be living in units down the street from their homes, they conveniently changed their minds and decided this isn't the best way to deal with the issue. It's unsurprising to a certain extent. This country is founded upon concepts of individualism and personal liberty rather than communalism, where me and my success are seemingly more important than society as a whole. People are too miserable due to so many things, some are self-inflicted, some are not, to actually be willing to do anything about it. Emo. I want to know how an 18-year-old gets in the frame of mind where he wants to shoot up an elementary school. Also want to know how he got in. I can't get in my kid's school without at least getting buzzed in. Edit. I see in the news this morning he shot his way in. Jesus. The fact that this needs to even be a thing is wild to me as a Swedish person. I walk past my old elementary school and high school sometimes, and they're just normal houses with a playground with like a small picket fence around them. Always have been. The fact that anyone even needs to build a school with safety systems or escape routes is like unfathomable to my mind. Was there another shooting in America on top of the Buffalo one? Is that why there are suddenly all these askReddit questions? I work at an elementary school. Not all of them have fence/gates. Anyone could walk into my school from the wide open front or through the entrance behind the school that goes into a neighborhood. Also, my school doesn't have big buildings. All of the classrooms open right to the outside. Nothing stops someone from walking right into my classroom other than a locked door. This setup is quite common all around California. You got answers about the one most recently, but we have also had a shooting at a Taiwanese church, seemingly gang-related violence near the nicer area of Chicago, and now this. It's been 9 days. I had a friend from the US and unsuccessfully tried to convince her that my university in Switzerland doesn't need strong security, metal detectors, etc. to be safe. And that it's fine that the building is open to everyone. She wouldn't believe me, despite there having never been any issues in the institution's history. Edit. I got way too many replies to reply to everyone individually, but I just wanted to mention that I'm OFC not making a comment on what I personally believe to be the norm in the US, e.g., all schools having metal detectors. I am merely stating what my friend believed to be an appropriate level of security at a school, i.e., my Swiss university being open to the public not being safe enough. It's clear to me that her opinion doesn't stand for everyone in the US. I grew up in South Africa and went to some pretty crap schools filled with some of the dregs of society. We had underpaid teachers who didn't really care, etc. I was skateboard kid who was seen as a freak due to skating and liking metal and other music. I took my fair share of beatings from the bullies at school and outside of school, but I never ever had a desire to walk into school and murder the bullies or teachers or anyone else for that matter. I think the problem in America is much bigger than a weird kid going mad. It's got to be societal for anyone to harbor that much hate for life. Just my honest opinion and from my perspective. They used to hand out free personal-sized pizza coupons for reading books when I was in elementary school. Maybe we can do something like that? First and foremost, stop treating it like a soap opera. The news channels detail and go over so much on these shootings it isn't reporting, it's entertainment. It's become so mainstream that at this point I just shrug and go, another one. Whatever, I'll hear about it for another few months. Then some other kid will glorify it cause TV and do it himself because he needs the attention and monkey see monkey do. It's obvious how to get that attention from as many people as possible all at once. The problem is much deeper than this and takes people more qualified than I to solve, but this is where it starts. Edit. I'd like to clarify that my stance isn't some total media censorship on the matter. Simply that the focus has to stop being 99% on the shooter and thus further inspiring more violence. It is my opinion as an American that our society relishes depriving itself help. It is every man for himself. And that leaves a lot of people starving for something, be it food, healthcare, mental healthcare, childcare, a sense of community, companionship, parents who are present, justice, a future, somewhere to turn, everything. Combine that with the dead end of late-stage capitalism and a culture of bootstraps and gun violence, well, it's not a big leap. That is not to say that we do not have kind, helpful people in our country, but our policies are brutal and negligent, which does trickle down unlike our wealth. High school admin who is stepping down after this year. This is my last week in a high school and here is my perspective. Parents need to listen and hug their children more. They need to stop playing friend or dictator and actually explain why they do the things they do. Give your kids your time. Every great teacher I work with, they are like magnets to the kids because they give them attention. In that this year alone I dealt with a bomb threat and had the kid I would label as our most probable school shooter tell me, most people think that if they are nice to me. I don't know, that if I became a shooter, I wouldn't shoot them, but I still think I would. Shrugs. Today, I had to fill out a CPS report because a mom came to the school and started hitting her 14-year-old daughter in the face, so, here's the deal, and I don't care if one person reads this or 10,000. Give your kids a hug. Give your neighbor's kid a hug, tell them, it's okay, to be angry, we all get angry. We all get sad. However, it's how we deal with it that separates us from animals. Last, remind them no matter what. No matter the time of day or night. If they need you, like really need you. That you will be there for them and mean it and stop taking your anger out on kids. Mr. B. All this. And, when your teens push you away, they still need love. Don't let them get so far away from you that they feel unloved. Give them a bit of space, and then go knocking gently on that bedroom door again. Don't take it personally when they are rude or blunt or frustrated, their hormones are crazy and life is stressful for them. Just gentle reminders of love. Leave me alone, Mom. Response? Gentle reminder of love. Slams bedroom door in your face response? Give a little space. Then knock gently on the bedroom door. I've raised 2 daughters to adulthood and currently raising a teen. A child in our community committed suicide 2 weeks ago. There's nothing I want to do more but reassure my grumpy, moody, erratic teen that I love her more than she will ever know.